Hello. It's currently 3 a.m. and I have school in like 4 hours. But I wanted to come on here and, with no reading, with no script to read, I just wanted to talk about something that's been in my mind for quite a while. So, since I'm a student, it would be very easy for me to kind of attach my value or self worth to the things that are close to me, say, or within reach. Say, it would be easy for me to attach my value to my grades, right? If I got a 95 on a test, then I would feel good about myself. I would feel like, therefore, I'm good enough. Or if I got a 70 on a test, I feel like I'm not good enough. But I've realized that there's so many things that these outside forces tell us matter, right? Like, there's so many things that society tells us holds value or has meaning within it. Say, whether it be your societal status, your career, your job, how successful you are. And usually that success in society's terms are like how much money you make. Do you have a wife? Do you have a kid? Or stuff like that. And these things that we define our self-worth by, at least a lot of us, these things usually end up being parts of life that we didn't actually find the meaning in ourselves. It's just that we've been told that these things hold meaning. And so, almost passively, we begin to believe in this forged reality that other people have told us is true. Like, how we think money is an end all be all. Like, we wake up every day and we know that money's going to be there to provide for us and allow us to, you know, partake in the things that we love. But really, money is just a currency that we all believe in, right? If we didn't use money and believe that it was always going to be like, the staple foundation of what our society relies on, then it would have no meaning, right? If five people used money, it would have no meaning, except for those five people that maybe have stuff. But it's like, we give money value. We give money its power over us. And the people who chase money as if it's like a truth, as if it's something that should be valued that high. I mean, society tells you that money matters. It tells you that, you need to chase this, you need to get a successful job, you need to, work a 9 to 5 in order to provide a stable living. But it's like, at what point is it your life? At what point is it your reality that you're living in and not what someone else told you to live like? Like, I don't know, I'm definitely subject to these kind of things still, even though I've tried to kind of escape that. Like, I still wake up every day. I still believe in money. I'm going to be completely honest. I still believe in all these things, and I realize that school has value, but to me on a deep level, like, I hold no value or meaning whatsoever in my grades, in my GPA, in all of these aspects of life that I've I've realized that these are all things that people have told me, that society has told me matters. And so, if I define my value and worth by them, I'm essentially a slave. Like, I know that sounds extreme, but I am being controlled. My entire life is being controlled by exterior forces, and I have no say in what that what those things affect me, um, or how those things affect me, right? Because if I define my value by what other people tell me to, like whether it be money, success, career, grades, internships, jobs, what college I get into, like all of these things that society tells us matters. If I hold myself, um, like if I assign my value to those things, it feels so soulless, and it feels like I'm just living this one-dimensional reality where I just wake up, do whatever my human assigned job is, and then go to sleep and do it the next day. Like there's no life in that. There's no there's no vigor. And I'm gonna be so honest, I hold zero meaning for my grades. Again, I told you this, but it's like it's not that I stopped trying either. Like I'm an A student. I obviously try hard because I realize the like societal value it has, right? But for me, truly, I can it's like I can see that, and then I can also see past it. I can see the reality that society wants me to believe and that society feeds me and tells me is true and right. But then I can see beyond it into somewhere where it's not what people told me matters. It's what I've truly assessed and judged within my life to know that matters. Like for me, I've recently discovered, as of like a few months ago, I have a very big passion for rock climbing. And for you, it might be something else, but it's like a dream for me, right? It's something that I have assigned the value in myself. And it's something that I have chosen to find meaning in. It's not something someone else told me to care about, or it's not something else that, society has told me to value. It's something that I truly hold dear to my heart, dear to my soul. And therefore, it holds so much more meaning and value than the things that other people tell me to value. And so, if we can start to see past, or at least to judge and differentiate what society or other people tell us matters versus what we believe to matter to ourselves, then by finding, I don't know if balance is the right term, because in life I don't believe there's really much balance at all to most things, but if we can judge what we truly value and see that clearly, it gives us a path to follow. And I think that when I'm on my deathbed looking back, right, would I would rather live a safe life that other people told me is worth it, that is valuable, and there's even a chance to fail at that. Like I'm pretty sure Jim Carrey said like his father, he was a worker someplace, that's valued by society, and he got fired from that job. And his dream was to be like a comedian or something, and it shows that you can even fail at the things you don't want to do. So, if you are lucky enough to know what you want and what you have a purpose for, what you have meaning in, what you have a value for, if you are lucky enough to know that, then I think you owe it to yourself to follow through. I think if you see clearly what you want in this life, I think you have a responsibility to go through with that, to act on it. Because this is the thing, I see other people around me that still are kind of, I'm going to be honest, blind to it. I mean, they just live by the school life. They define themselves by their grades, or they just don't care about them at all. And then they don't try and live this like weird party life. And I don't find meaning in that. That's just me personally. Maybe you do. Maybe that's your thing. Cool. But me, I don't find meaning in that. And it's like the kids that objectify who they are and their meaning based on how good grades they get. They're in this perpetual cycle of like, I'm not enough right now. okay, I just got a 95 on a test. I'll feel good about myself for one day, but then I'm going to go back the next day, worry about another test. And then if I fail on that, I'm going to like hate myself. It's like so self-destructive. And the thing is that they didn't assign that meaning. Of course, they might think it's meaningful because other people told them that it is, but at the core of it, they did not come to that conclusion by themselves. Society has told them that it matters. And so these things that like blindly influence our life, they're so destructive. And so I see people like that, and I see that, but I can also see beyond it into what I truly care about. But the thing is that I keep living this life. I keep going to school, I guess, and getting these grades. The only differentiating factor is that I don't assign my value within them. But I keep repeating the cycle. That's the thing that trips me up because I can see past it. I can see what I truly care about. Yet I'm not in a place where I can actively act on that. I'm not, I guess I'm not just old enough. And society has made it so that it's essentially impossible to act on those things unless you're a certain age. And then it also makes it so that it's harder to act on those things when you're a certain age because you need money for it. And so if you're not able to monetize your dreams, then you're going to need to find another way to do it because that's what society has made us. That's the system that's been set up to keep us in this work loop. And that's why I think it's so important to act on the things that you actually care about. Yeah, but it's like if I see past these things, but I still partake in the same motions, the same cycles that I did before I saw it, what that makes me no better than the person who is still blindly affected by it. I feel like I don't know, a few weeks ago I had this whole thing where it's like if I can see what I want, yet I'm not taking the steps and the action to go and actually try to attain it. Like I think that's weak, genuinely, because I have the privilege to know what I want. I lucked out and I know exactly what I find meaningful and what I assign value to, clearly. But the fact that I'm not acting on it, I feel like that makes me weaker than the person who isn't even able to see it at all. And I've been tripped up recently. I'm going to be so honest. I've had a lot of existential thoughts, and there's been a lot of suffering that's came along with it. I won't get into all that right now, but I've been trying to strip myself of all of my external influences, and I've realized that that takes up a huge majority of my life. And so I basically just tried to burn it all down to see what remained afterwards. And I'm just going to keep it super simple. The only thing that remained was myself at the core. None of my beliefs, my values, my perspectives, all of these things are subjective. The only grounding factor is that I'm alive. I am alive, and these things that afflict me aren't the end all be all. And of course, this is definitely going off topic, but it's like I think I needed that stage where I just burn everything down. I just let it all be destroyed. I let go in order to strip myself of the things that were afflicting me, the plagues that were eating away at me day by day. And so that may all be gone, but then there's also the good aspects that might also be gone. And so it's like a double-edged sword. But the only thing is that now I'm able to restart and rebuild from ground zero. And I'm able to know and choose to actively see the things that are trying to influence me because I have that power now. So maybe I can build my life in a different light that allows me to live by what I hold meaningful and dear to my heart. And seriously, I urge you to try to figure out what you actually care about, what is meaningful to you, not everyone else around you, not society, not what people tell you is meaningful. Like, truly judge and try to differentiate and find within yourself what actually matters to you. And the only thing you can do from there is act on it. Have a good night.